Hello, everyone. This is John Garcia and David Lemon today for another episode of Groovekart Challenge. Today, we're actually going to be in, I believe it's day 6 or 7. Let's just take a look because I haven't opened my presentation yet. But David, how's everything there in your end?
It's awesome. I haven't been on the past couple of Groovekart challenges, so I'm happy to be back. Absolutely. When you say um, when you say it's a Groovekart episode, I feel like episode of something else. But no, this is a teaching episode, ladies and gentlemen, where you will be.
Yes.
It's a training class.
An episode training class, whatever. I mean, we cannot have a definition for what we do at some point. We try to
Absolutely.
make it fun and try to just make sure that everybody gets on board and with us. And I see that couple of people are coming in now. So we're actually looking for Mrs. Darcy Hall. So if you guys seen her, if you run into, if you happen to see her in Vegas somewhere, just let her know that we're waiting for her. So Darcy, also, if you're around, let us know that you're around. But in the meantime, so let's just get started. I mean, as always, we can get started, and David, we can probably chat a little bit for what we're gonna do today. It is day 6, as a matter of fact. It's actually the checkout page, and we're gonna be working about the checkout page. And I know that you did, David, a couple of days ago. You did your first solo Groovekart product, right?
Yeah, I did a couple of stores actually, and they are really, really good, and they are really improving the builder. They're really improving the backend. So it's getting really good. I've seen also some of the big names in the dropshipping world are starting to join us here at Groovekart. So it makes me happy that it's getting recognized by the bigger names as well.
Yeah, and we're going to get more people in, more companies on board, and that's what we're looking to do for the next couple of months. And just as time progresses, we're gonna make sure that everything that we do is actually for our customers. And I believe Darcy's online. Hey, Darcy, let's bring in Darcy right now.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey,
Can you guys
Darcy,
hear me okay?
Yep.
we are here. You okay? All right. So I think it's a full house now, so we can officially get started.
Where's Donna? It's Full House with Donna.
Well, yes, I actually spoke to her this morning. She's just swamped as always, but she sends all her love and she misses to be with us. And I know that she's seen the recording. She's going to say, yes, I do miss you guys. All right. So, as I was talking, David, so what do you think about Groovekart? Because I know that you've been helping us a lot with the webinars and with the sessions and with the episodes or the class or whatever you want to call it. How was the experience for you with Groovekart?
It was great. So actually, what I did first is something that I usually recommend during my trainings is take a store and try to rebuild it inside the builder. So just if they have an image here, I will put an image here. If they have a text here, I will put a text here. So duplicate the page that is already live. So this is they call it design hacking. I don't really like that word hacking. It sounds dirty and it sounds bad, but it's basically the process that I was doing. Once you do it a couple of times, once you do a longer page, it makes it so much fun and so much easy for you to understand how it looks like. Then just the back end, you set up the shipping, the actual product,
Exactly.
and it's that's it. Like you design your pages, you set up the back end of the product, and you're done.
Done. Exactly. And,
Great.
and and as you mentioned, the progression that we're seeing in comparison from version 1 is far greater
Big,
than what we have
big
before.
time.
It's and if Darcy is smiling, is because she has been attest to that. So that's awesome. And so actually, David, Caleb, which actually comes with us every Thursday, he does have a question right now, and it's related to Groove Pages. So
Um,
he says, "How do you add more than 2 pricing plans in GrooveCell?"
yeah, so Caleb, I answered this question on your side. Please record a video and then we can take it from there. But let's just keep this Groovekart related. So in case you have any questions, feel free to ask anything Groovekart related. I don't have mine.
Yeah, but is your wife getting it back to you or not?
No, actually, she
Do we have to
confiscated
send
it.
you a couple of more of the mugs, my friend?
Yeah. Yeah. So I got a nice mug for everybody that doesn't know it, that didn't see my image. I posted on my private Facebook wall. I have a nice mug with
It's
Groovezilla,
Mozilla.
but my wife took it and she likes it too much and
Oh,
she doesn't give
wait.
it back.
Yeah.
We at the store we have another couple of ideas that are gonna be blown away, and I know people are gonna love it. So, but Darcy, you're so silent down there. I mean, come on. How was your birthday last week?
It was good. Friday night was the best.
Nice. So, David, Darcy's birthday was last week on Thursday.
Birthday, Darcy.
Thank you.
Late, but it's okay, David. That's always.
I'm back to my real hair color, actually.
Yes, and she had
Yeah.
pink hair.
Purple. It's a purple
Purple.
wig, but it might have looked pink on the.
I mean, as you
It
can
is
see,
on our Donna.
yeah, it was just a funky color. But okay, guys, let's get started. So let me just show you my screen so we can actually just discuss what we're going to be talking about today. So give me a second.
And did you already say if it says Facebook user to go to StreamYard.com/Facebook and you can log in and we can see who you are and what your name is.
You see, David, you forgot to do that.
Somebody asked, does David ever sleep? And I don't think so.
Yeah, no, David, no,
Actually,
David.
he's got a robot clone.
No,
David Lemon.
You see, David Lemon. He's not really from Croatia. He's from Transylvania. He's actually he is direct blood from just a guy known as Dracula, Count Dracula. So he's not really. I mean, the guy never sleeps. I mean, anytime he's there. He's just like like a mother-in-law. He's all the time. He's there, all the time. All right, guys, and hey, Michael, how are you? Alicia, how's everything? And Alicia Watts has a question, which is, where do I buy the items for my Groovekart? Alicia, that's a very good question. Actually, you don't have to buy your items for your Groovekart. You can connect several different sources so you can sell the items without having to, buy them first. You can actually do something called drop shipping or print on demand. So, and this actual sessions or trainings actually allows you to get to know that. And I'm going to ask the question that I always ask. Please press a number 3, guys, if it's the first time that you're joining us, so we will know who is here for the first time. And Dwight, what items? Well, I'm going to just do a shameless plug right now for our Groove Gear store. And let me just bring it out to the store, to the screen really quickly. Just give me 1 second. And so we can actually all see it. And let me see, why is it not going up? Can you guys see my screen? Darcy, can you see my screen okay?
Yep. I see it fine. Well, I see Groovekart 60-day challenge. That
okay.
slide.
Oh, let me just drag this in then to my other screen, because for some reason I couldn't see it. So I guess now you guys will see. So Dwight, this is what we're talking about, the items that we have here in our Groove Gear store. So we are, we have crazy designs. We actually changed a couple of things already. So please be aware of my internet today. So I live in Florida, and as you know, Florida was just ravaged by a storm, and we still have some areas flooded, and unfortunately, communications and internet is kind of just been really crappy lately. But we're trying to, just roll with the punches. So guys, yeah, this is our merch site. This is called Groove Gear. So anybody that is passionate about groove, like we are, you see right here, I have my G, my mug, and soon I'm gonna get my shirts. You can get all this stuff in the store. And I actually going to get some coupon codes for you guys next week, so you guys can participate and get some of those. But it's really cool stuff. Oh, look, it's David here. David is on the front page of you see, he's everywhere. I mean, I'm telling you, the guy's a vampire. He's everywhere. So I see a couple of 3 guys. So welcome, Zev, Melamed, and let me see what other, George Drexel. So guys, welcome. This is the Groovekart Challenge. This is a 8-week program that we help you to actually how to build your store. And Darcy Hall and David Lemon all kind of just work with us. And Darcy happens to be one of our customers that won the chance to be here with us. this series, for these 8 weeks. So Darcy, for today, right after the shameless plug for our store, let's get now into business. So today we're going to talk about the checkout page. Guys, the checkout page is one of the most important areas of your store, because that's what actually sets the pace for your customers to proceed with the final purchase. So you have to make sure that it has a couple of details and a couple of things to make sure that you can actually just either increase your conversions or make sure that you close the sale right in there. And along the way, with the checkout page, we're going to be working also with the email for the email sequence for the customer that did not complete a purchase, and also a couple of things that we can add. So let me just show you what we're going to be talking about today. Checkout page. We're going to be setting the checkout page of Darcy's website, and all that Darcy is going to do in a few minutes is just open up her site in the dashboard, and another page and another tab, her live page, so we can actually see what we change. And also we're going to be talking about discounts, the checkout page, and the cart abandonment sequence. So you will learn where to change those emails so you can actually customize it for your store, because the abandonment sequence is actually something really cool that happens when your customers decide not to purchase at the moment. Let's say they just forget to complete the purchase, or they just simply decide to close the browser. What happens then? Did you lose the sale? Did you lose the interest of that visitor? So what we do is just we have a series of emails that we can actually work with that it will send automatically. So we're going to learn how to set that up. Bear with me 1 second. My cell phone was ringing. So let's just get to it, shall we? Let's just now go to the next slide so we can introduce you to the checkout page. Guys, if this is the first time that you're seeing, let me just backtalk a little bit. And this is a series of 8-week program that we teach you how to just step by step how to create your own store. So you happen to come in the first time in week 6, which we're talking about the checkout page, how to design the checkout page. However, we do have the recordings of all the previous sessions so that it can be found in our website in GrooveDigitalAcademy.com, in YouTube, or in our Facebook group. So we do have those 3 areas that you can reach out. And we can always just help you out if you send an email to support@groovedigital.com. We will be able to send you those links so you can actually just keep up with us and make sure that you participate so you don't lose track of what we're doing. So Darcy, you ready?
Yes. Ready.
Awesome. So let me just this is the page, the checkout page. So now if you do me a favor, let's open up your dashboard and in another tab your website. So I'm going to give you the screen for you right now. Let me just remove it from the screen. Perfect. Now it's just you and me. And David, I think he fell asleep. Oh, he's still there. No, he's still there. David, you're okay? You're frozen. Oh no, I just see a thumbs up. Okay, cool. So Darcy, let me know when you have the screen ready so we can get started.
Is it sharing?
It is. I believe right now we're looking at Darcy's. Yep, we are. So right now, guys, this is the dashboard. I mean, this is the place where you come in once you log in into your Groovekart store, and this is where everything starts. As you can see, you have your menu to the left, and you have all your options. For today, we are going to go directly to the builder. So let's just click on that last icon in the bottom. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to just start working with the pages. Now, occasionally, we're going to do a couple of stops so we can actually answer questions. So whoever has a question, please do mark your questions with the letter Q in the front so we can identify it, and we can actually just get to you and be able to answer. So right now, Darcy just opened up her page. She's working with the builder. And Darcy, do you remember where do we just work with the pages? Because the whole idea is for you to learn the process. So where do we edit the pages, if you remember? Let's see.
Well, clicking on an element.
Yes.
Getting an echo? Are you?
Are you?
Getting an echo?
Are you?
Are you? Getting an echo? 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 Are you
I believe I hear a slight echo, but not that bad. How about you, David? Everything okay on your end?
When she was speaking, then there was an echo. Can you say something, Darcy, again?
Yeah, I'm hearing more of an echo this week. Actually, I'm
Now
not
it's
hearing it
okay.
now. Okay.
Now it's
Yeah,
okay.
now
Yeah.
now you're okay. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate it.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, so
So I
we're
can
gonna
click
go.
on an element as well as I can go into the pages. I can move things around.
Correct. So those are the ones that we want to do now is actually the pages. We're gonna edit the page on the checkout. So let's just go to pages right on top. Perfect. And then we're gonna pick the checkout page. So right now, this is your checkout page. Right now, this is pretty much the way that your page is seen by anyone that actually has a couple of products in their bag, in their shopping cart. But there are some certain elements that you want to have here that we don't have here at the moment because it's important for you guys to have them in your store. And the reason why they're not here is because every single business is different. So we want to make sure that we pull those trends when we actually are trying to sell something to our customers. Once is the last step, because here is a process of 4 steps. The moment that people go into your cart, then they put the information, then they pick their shipping method, and then they actually go to pay. So this is a crucial piece of information here. And recently, I came to find out that the reason why, and this is a question that we get a lot, why is the footer and the header in the checkout page disabled? And I had a talk to Matt Serralta, which says, because we don't want people to deviate from the checkout. So Darcy, can you do me a favor? Let's just go to your website for a moment. Just switch, if you remember that code from last week as well. So let's just switch for a moment, and let's just go to the live page.
I'm on better internet, but still the old computer.
It's okay. So let's just scroll down for a moment. And what we're going to do, guys, now is we're going to take a look at the current state of Darcy's checkout page. So let's just pick any product. Let's just pick the shoes, for example, the demo high tops. Now let's take a look at the product. And last week, by the way, we did this page. We actually did the product page. We actually add, and I think we added the sample products to the pillow, if I'm correct. So maybe here we don't have any other products selected. Yes, correct. But we do have the reviews. So there are some elements that we did last week in your product page that it might not be here because we didn't activate them in all of the products. So you have to make sure that you activate what other options you have as far as other products that you want to sell. So with this product, let's just click where it says go to shipping step. So let's just click there. And let's just proceed to checkout. Because right now, once you click in there, you're going to see how your checkout page looks like. And then we're going to start working on it to make sure we have a more effective that helps with conversion check. Because right now is a lot of information. And one big thing that we have to fix right there, it will be the image and your branding on the actual checkout page. Why it's important to have branding in the checkout page, guys? Because then it will be identified as part of your own brand. And you always want to make sure that your customers have that sense of safety and confidence, like, hey, I'm actually ordering from the same company that I've been visiting the website. So we have to make sure that we do that. Now, Darcy, this is the page that we're going to just remain open right now. And let's just switch and go back to the one that we're editing, which is the same page, but we're in editor mode. So right now we have the editor. So as you can see, you have a sample of the products that you have. You have 3 or 2 articles about why choose why or products are better, why our website is safer. That is all fine and dandy, but sometimes you have to make sure that you personalize it to your own store. So in your case, if I'm correct, it's going to be for a charity. So we want to make sure that it's not too salesy, but it's just like that promotes your actual charity. It's just like these products are meaning something for somebody else. You're helping a cause. So it's always great that right at the checkout, we have a message, a positive message about something. Some people will want to probably add a guarantee, like, okay, we guarantee your satisfaction 100% or your money back, or we guarantee that your products are gonna just do something for you that maybe some other company will not give you the same set of pride or the same sense of whatever sentiment, whatever is your vision, you want to convey it here. Why here? Because, as you know, this is where the money is, in your checkout page. That's where this is the last effort that you have in any of your stores to make sure that people are compelled to pay you. So this is something that you can reinforce that. So let's start just playing around and changing the elements. So there's two things that are important here, guys, because we are enabling you to edit everything in the page so you can organize it however you want. But it's important to always have three things. Your forms, you don't want to delete any forms because that's the forms that is needed to actually just proceed within the actual platform for the payments. And your branding. As you can see right now, there's a logo that says Groovekart and a phone number and an email address. That is the first thing that we have to correct. Why? Because if I go to a website that sells, let's say, mugs, and I see the Groovekart logo, yes, I maybe understand that is the Groovekart platform, but we don't want to do that for you. We want to make sure that you keep pushing your own brand. So, Darcy, let's just do something, and let's see if you remember how to delete the logo.
By clicking on the element.
And what else? What is the next step?
I can either delete the element or I can go over to the side, the settings, and
Correct.
I could delete it here, and I could upload a new image.
Correct. And exactly. Do you happen to have an image that you have selected as a logo yet?
I wasn't sure for sure the dimension sizes, but I did a mock one for now. I'll be tweaking it later.
Well, if you want, we can try it. If not, but at least we have the idea. Let's just try it then. So if you have it ready, let's just try it.
Okay, and let me stop sharing just a second, just in case it brings up other. Yeah.
No problem. Yes, we know. And in the meantime, while you do that, let's just take a look. David, do we have any questions that we can answer? Hey, Sandra. Hey, Dwight, Alicia, Watts. I see now a lot of the usual suspect that visit us every Thursday.
So there are a couple questions, but I managed to answer all of them at this moment. So at this moment, there are no outstanding questions.
Awesome, cool, awesome. You see that's what that you see. I keep telling you. I don't care what people says about you, David. You're the man. Besides that, you don't sleep. You're no
a robot.
You see, David and I have this love and hate relationship. He's like my little brother. Right, David? He's laughing. I mean, you guys cannot see him, but he's laughing right now. Okay, he's about to say something smart. Watch.
I would not like to comment on this one. I'm saying Switzerland this time.
All right, so we're ready, Darcy?
Yeah, I may have done, I'm not sure if it showed. Sorry, I did go ahead and save the other, but let me go back over. I think I'm sharing screen.
Yes, you are. You're okay.
Okay. And the image I uploaded was 250 by 150 pixels, but it looks like it prefers more a square, or the other image that was there was just slightly off of a square. Yeah.
And by the way, you can make that bigger and larger because this is one of the additions that we have in the system. If you take a look where it says image size, you can actually just customize now the width and the height. So if you grab that dial that says width, if you leave the original size, that will happen. This is your original size. If you customize it, then you can make it bigger or just smaller or taller and thinner. So you can just, for faster, just click original.
Okay.
Just click original size.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that big. It doesn't take a lot of room. But usually the recommended size should be anywhere between 120 in height and 350 in width. So 350 pixels in width and 100 to 120 in height. So let me just put it here in the in the comments. So for the logo on the checkout page, use an image 350 pixels by 100 pixels, and that will be an ideal size. So you can actually have the rectangle a little bit more covered, and try to always use white backgrounds. And white backgrounds is important because you don't want to mix too much color. You don't want to confuse people. You don't want to make sure that at this moment you want them to stay here in the page. So that's important, guys. Make sure that you use maybe soft backgrounds, but don't use crazy colors that are distracting, because then at this moment is the crucial point where you want to make sure that your customers purchase. Now, another important part is if you scroll down a
Let me
little
just
bit.
hit save.
Yeah, please, oh, please click save. That is beyond. So you definitely have to click save.
If I may make a recommendation of devs looking that add recommended dimensions when somebody's about to upload, that they see right there what the recommended dimensions
Yes,
are.
that's
That would be
actually a great point. Thank you. I will definitely bring it up to the dev team.
Thank
So
you.
we will definitely just that in consideration. Now, as you can see, now we changed the logo. Very simple, just an image. But now we have to change that phone number because I believe that's not your phone number. Now, a lot of us that have businesses online, we don't want to have our own phone number, and unless, of course, you have like a one of those phones that
Google
a Google phone, yeah, a Google phone or a ring,
Google Voice.
a Google Voice, the G Voice, correct. So if you don't have a Google Voice, our preferences do not have your personal cell phone in there, because again, the pages in Groovekart are searchable, SEO, Google will pick them up, Bing will pick them up. So it's better off to have something that you don't really get a direct contact with. And when I say direct contact, means that it doesn't ring at 3 o'clock in the morning if somebody decides to call you. So with a G Voice, you have the ability to kind of just like either transfer to your cell phone and then mute it, or do something similar, or just let it go to voicemail. You can actually program that within the actual system. So it's important, if you want to have the phone number, have it, but also remember, just don't have your personal phone number or a number that is sensitive for you that is going to be called at any time of the night. Or as Kenneth Fax says, a VoIP. Correct. Any kind of VoIP you want to connect anyone, that'd be perfect. But always use something that it doesn't have, that cannot be bother you at 12 o'clock at night or 3 o'clock in the morning. So you're gonna just leave it, or do you want to erase it?
I just for now changed it to a little dummy one.
To your dummy one. Perfect. So, and the same thing with the email. And
John,
David.
the echo is back. I believe it's on your side. Are you having your earphones plugged in?
Yes.
Darcy, can you say something, please?
I'm talking again, and there's no echo again.
Better now. It's better now. Thank you, John.
So was it my fault? You see, David, you're picking on me again. Guys, sorry. It just, as you can see with David, we try to have fun because we work long hours. So, and he knows I'm joking, but he's always trying to blame me. But you see, I discovered that, and by the way, if you ever guys use StreamYard in a Mac, try to use it with a Firefox browser. I discovered that Firefox in Mac works a little bit better for StreamYard. So just a little tip.
But Groovekart works best in Chrome.
In Chrome, yes. Groovekart will always work best in Chrome, yes. For my experience, because I know that the past couple of weeks, I have always get connection, and I always get bad connection. After a big discussion with a couple of Mac guys that I went and consulted, they said, yes, for some reason, when you are using an older Mac, it's better off to use Firefox for that. So besides, let's just continue. So guys, now we have changed the logo. We determined the phone numbers and the emails. And another crucial piece here also is your email address. I personally highly recommend to remove any email address from this page. Why? Remember, there's spy bots everywhere. There's people with ill intentions all the time. If they get your business email address, they can do whatever they want. They can spoof it. They can just do. That's why we have a form internally in Groovekart that your customer can use to contact you. So some people decide to leave the email there, but if you go to any large corporation or any large business, you see that they don't have any email loose around. They do have a form, and we do have that form, which we'll actually talk about next week, because it's actually for the rest of the apps and connections that we have here in Groovekart to help you to communicate with your customers. So that is completely up to you, or my advice, my personal advice is do not add any email address. Otherwise, you're going to be victim of spam, and you don't want spam in your life. It's just too much data going around right now these days. So now that we have that resolved, now that we have the logo in there, we have now your branding, you have the phone number. Let's just scroll down and let's take a look at something else that is important.
Quick question would be that I deleted the email, but how would we center?
Oh,
how would we center the email? Because there's two containers.
Correct.
How to make it just one container?
Awesome
So that the
question.
phone
And
number is centered under.
That's actually an awesome question, and I was expecting you to actually ask it because I know that you take a lot of attention to detail. So how do we fix this, guys? And this is important because this is the kind of questions that are going to come up in a moment. So this is the same thing like in group pages. So if you have this, it's because we have an element that created two columns. So what we can do is, you see it right now, you're working in the active element. How do we know that you're working in the active element? When it's green. So if it's green, is the active element. Now, if you click on that white box, in that transparent box, now the whole box became green. Just you notice that? Now it changes the interaction. Now you're editing that whole box. So let's just delete that box. Let's just click on the track.
I'm just going to copy this because I'm going to.
You're going to keep the same number. Perfect. Yeah, let's do that. You can just keep the same number, then just.
Actually, I didn't think I copied, but I'm going to delete the whole box.
Perfect. Now, okay, how do we put the box back? Where do we go, Darcy?
I can do combo box or design box.
You can actually go with the elements.
Elements there, okay.
Yeah, and you can go to text. And you can bring maybe an H5, which is not that big, or maybe an H3, and just drag it right below the logo. Perfect. So now what you do is you just double click on there and type the number. Just maybe paste, and that's it. You just kind of just change the whole data. You just change the whole site by just making a little bit of changes. You deleted the option of people finding your email for spamming reasons, and you also just remove your phone number, but you put it back. That's fine. And then again, since you actually place the text, you can manipulate the size of the text to make it smaller or bigger. So you can actually just do that with the selector. And now that we have that, let's just go back to where I was going to, which is the bottom of the page. Oh, that's I think 20-25 is just the standard. Anywhere between 20 and 25, because you have to also consider the customers that come to your site visiting your mobile experience. So when they come in from the actual, using a tablet or maybe a cell phone. Which, by the way that you test that, just go back to your order page for a moment, or switch. Now refresh, because let's see what happens. Now you'll see your branding, you see your phone. Now grab one of the sides in your browser and bring it to the left. So bring the right one and bring it to the left, just like if you were closing your browser. Keep closing, keep closing, keep closing, keep closing. That is exactly what we want to test, guys. When we do this, and this is why this is important, that when we are working in our pages, we do this. We take a look at the elements in all the areas, in our mobile, then in our tablets. Now, scroll up for a second.
Oop.
Oh, it's okay. We're testing tablets as well. So you see, this is how it will look in a tablet. But then this will be the top, the contact information, and then if you start scrolling down, you'll see the rest of the info. But this is a way for us to, as we work in the page, to make sure that whatever we edit, it looks the right way. At the end of the day, it's all about the customer experience, especially in the checkout. So you see, it looks clean, it looks organized, and we're going to change a little bit more information there, because after the first step, we'll go to the customer information, then the shipping method, and then the payment. But now let's just make sure that we have the full screen, Darcy. So like we're working in a laptop or maybe a computer, and let's just switch and go back to the actual editor. Now we have our branding, we have a way for customers to communicate with us, but now another important piece. There's 3 blocks of information there that we want to use, or maybe 4. Now, depending on the type of business you have, you want to actually just make sure that you leave a little bit of piece of information to kind of entice other customers to do business with you. Maybe call it a call it a testimonial, call it a message. So as you can see, we have 2 testimonials in the bottom. And we can actually just type the testimonial. We can actually just make sure that it is something that our customers will appreciate. So you're a charity in this case. So I think that instead of something that our customer says, we can change that to something, feel good about yourself, help us, let's just work with a charity together, an enticing message, something that allow people to, whatever they're doing right now at this stage of the orders, let's say they're about to purchase something that is going to help out for, I believe it's a lymphoma and cancer in your area, right?
Like Leukemia Lymphoma Society.
Leukemia and Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. So we can mention something in that regard. We can actually use that area. You can just completely just delete the messages that are there and said, hey, thank you for helping us here. And here's another thing. And a lot of people might question the way of thinking here, but you can also, I believe we can do this, you can also have a button for a donation. Because we have another way to create this. We can actually bring the code, let's say from a PayPal donation, and have it in the checkout page. Now, for some people might say, but wait a minute, if you have people buying your stuff, why you want to have the donation button there? Just to give the idea. Just to say, hey, maybe they didn't buy anything because, oh my God, I didn't count on my shipping. I didn't count on this. But if they read that, hey, thank you, you still can help us. And you can do that because we can actually just create that button by dropping the embed code, and you can actually just go to PayPal and have that little button in there so people can make a donation. So, and this is for these type of businesses. This is for these type of enterprises that rely on, the goodwill of other people, because the purpose of your website is work for the charity, and whatever proceeds, they get an extra percentage for that foundation. Correct, Darcy?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So why not offer that as a second recourse? Like, hey, we still can have a button there, so our visitors can maybe donate. Maybe people might not use it, but they might probably do that. So now let's just delete the couple of testimonials that we have there, because I don't think the only testimonials that we might probably work properly is something that experience directly some interaction with your organization. So we can just delete that box, and we can delete the other one. But now, then again, guys, depending on your business, you can use those 2 boxes and make it your own. You can just probably, hey, I bought this from X and X website. It's amazing product. Remember, you drive this page. You drive your marketing. You don't have a big company just that you're paying thousands of dollars to drive your marketing. You have the creative license to actually do this here and make sure that you convey the right message. You don't want to hire, a very expensive copywriter. You can just do something nice, some message that comes from the heart, like, hey, you're helping out a small business. Just we guarantee our products, we guarantee this, we guarantee that you're going to be happy, or if it's within your terms and conditions, you guarantee your money back. It all depends on what product and what services. So have that in mind. We're dealing with these pages, with the checkout page especially, because we need to make sure that you convey the right message, you inspire people to order, and at the end of the day, if you do that in the checkout page, it's going to be beneficial for you. So let's see what you wrote. Every purchase helps support our local, national, international charities. Perfect. And I think that's perfect, because you actually kill two birds with one stone. You're actually minimizing the scrolling, because if just, could you mind switching your page now to the live page again? If you just refresh the page, now you will notice that people don't have to scroll. And in the checkout, you don't have, or you don't want rather, people to scroll down. And I was making a space.
Nice.
You see, now it reduces the scrolling, so people don't have to, there's no surprises, there's not the fine print that a lot of people are afraid of. So there's nothing like that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to move something that I would probably just advise you, Darcy, because you did a great job on that text in the bottom, but let's drag that text to the top. Right to the top, right above those two other text boxes. Drag them above them. Perfect. Just drag it a little bit more. Just drop it there for now.
Yeah, it kind of
and then just exactly perfect. Right there. Now what you can do is, you see, white branded products only. No, let's just kill that, because we don't want to just mention that it's only, no, that's not even supposed to be there. Let's just remove that. The whole box, yes. Perfect. You see what happened? Now you reduce more the scrolling. And we want to make sure that we give people the confidence to take a look at the message and minimally scroll for any reason, especially if it's one or two products. Now, why choose us? Secure, one of the icons says secure, and the other one 100% satisfaction guarantee. We remove that one. So the secure message, you always want to have it. You want to make sure that your customers feel secure. Now, your payment is secured. You can actually also, if you want to avoid more of the scrolling, we can probably put that in the top, but that will be completely up to you guys. So this is important. Just, you can play with these elements. You can drag and drop an image with your credit card logos. Maybe if you use PayPal, you can bring the PayPal logo as well. You can manipulate this page as much as you can and as much as you want, because at the end of the day, it's your business, but you have to convey the right message so you can increase conversions. Now, let's just save the page, and let's take a look in the live page to see how it looks like now.
Oh, I done it.
You've done it already. You've done it there, huh?
I do have a question that I noticed, though, is that on the builder, it does not have this bottom section.
Correct.
On the builder, it has it, but on the order page, it doesn't.
Yeah, correct, because it's actually hidden, and I'm going to tell you why. Remember that I just mentioned at the beginning. Just press that button. Correct. Just turn it on. Just do it again. Just press it again. Okay, now go to the top, to the header. And let's just do that again. Let's just do the same thing in the header. Just turn it off and turn it back on. Perfect. Now let's just refresh.
Wait, I didn't save over here. I didn't record.
Yeah, no, you didn't ask it, because that's a system. That's a system implementation. So it will actually just go there now. Now, did you refresh?
I thought I did.
Okay, maybe it was my mistake. I think there they are.
Okay.
So actually, you see, and this is something that we actually talked with Matt Serralta. He actually created the Groovekart. He was pretty much, and he said the only reason why you shouldn't have your navigation menu there is because you don't want people to be clicking away.
Mm-hmm.
So once you have it in the checkout, you want to make sure that they're in the checkout and they're ready to, finalize that purchase. So it's always good to have it turned off. And again, play with the space that you have. If you don't want that big of a credit card logo, you can actually minimize it. And you see, remember that I told you to remove that that box of text that was under the white chooses? What we're going to do, we're going to move the credit card your payment is secured. We're only going to move, because you see something here. Also, you don't want to be redundant in the checkout page. And when you mentioned your site is 100% SSL secured, and in the bottom, you also mentioned your payment is secure with the credit card logos, I'd rather have the credit card logos right under it.
Sorry, I'm bouncing a little.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm doing a little work while you're talking. Go ahead. Sorry.
So let's just go back for a second to the editor.
Okay.
And let's drag that. Oh, Sally, it's actually the same. Can you just scroll up just a tad? Perfect. So let's say you don't like that box, that gray box that is in the bottom.
The gray box. Oh, this.
Yeah, that gray box. So let's say, you know what, that box is not there. How do we change that? Remember, let's see if you can remember how to change the color of the background.
So I clicked on the element and I went over to, I scrolled down to background and click on the background color.
And then you click on the?
I can click on the X to get rid of the color.
Perfect. Now if you click save, let's see what happens, and let's just refresh. And if we take a look now at the order, at the checkout page, right now it's still loading.
Oh, there you go.
You see, your payment is secure. Now you see the logos. But now let's say, okay, it's just too much white space. Let's move the logos right under the white chooses. So just a matter of dragging. Grab the logos, yes, and just drag it right under it.
Do you want me to do the whole box or
No,
just the logos?
Just the credit card logos, yes. And now just drag it and put it right under that. Perfect, right there. No, and then
it kind of hovers a little funny.
Right, yeah.
It's weird. And it floats around a little weird for me.
Yeah, it's actually because of the delay in the connection.
Okay, hold on a second.
No worries. There you go.
Stop.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah,
The charm. A little bit more.
Yeah, try it. Come on. There you go.
There you go. Awesome. So let's just save it. And why did we move it from there? Because remember, guys, the form is going to populate. So it might look weird a little bit on the actual editor. But depending on the amount of products that also your customer is putting in the shopping cart, they will see that message. So, and if you take a look, if you refresh your page, you'll see what I'm talking about. Now let's see how the experience just varies a little bit. You won't see a lot of white space. Why the space is distracting? That's why a lot of people, you see now, it's just funny that it just, we can actually just work it a little bit. But depending on the amount of products, that list will grow or not. And why is it showing there? That's funny.
I don't know. Let me try refresh one more time.
Perfect, yeah.
Don't know.
Let's just move it down and let's see what is happening. So it's actually in the bottom, so let's just save it there.
Maybe we'll get rid of this. Maybe
let's just delete the whole box too. Perfect. Now let's just click save.
Let me just double check where this is looking like it is. I have an idea. I'm going to put this here. I'm going to put this here, and then I'm going to move. These guys back up above it. So
there you go. And remember, guys, if you're having a little bit of a struggle with the actual blocks, remember, you can actually toggle the spacing. So I think that's perfect. Let's just save to see if it just gets it like that, because I think that was the original intent. So perfect.
Okay, and switch.
Maybe switch.
And refresh.
And for some reason, he doesn't want to. Well, yeah, you did move it to the top, didn't you? But under why choose us. So why is he doing that? A big incognito here, but it's actually in the bottom. So that is. Let's just do something. Let's just erase that box of why choose us for a second.
So I've got here, 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 and here.
Okay. Now let's just save.
I had already saved, but I'll.
Oh, it's already saved. Okay, perfect. Let's just try to refresh.
Okay.
Let's see if actually just now gets in the right order. I think
Should I
he's
try
wrong.
a hard refresh?
No, it's probably something in that area, because around there should be another box. So let me just try to see if we discover a new, undocumented feature here. So, but that's the whole idea of editing the page, and because we have to cover a couple other things. So now we just cover pretty much the three things that we need to have: the logo, a way for customer to reach us in a number that is not going to be a problem later. The logos of the credit cards, you can change those images for a smaller image, maybe a single color image. However you want to do it, you can actually do it. But as I mentioned, there's two elements that you should never delete, which is the forms, where it says contact information, the shipping address. You never delete those, as well as the contents of your card. So if you're going to go back to your editor for a moment so we can identify them. So you see, if you scroll up, that box right there that you have highlighted, you should never delete it. That is actually called the summary. The summary for the orders means all the products that your customers will have in their shopping cart. And the other form, if you click on that form, which says contact information and shipping address, if you click within that form, that is actually called the checkout form. You can manipulate it and move it anywhere, but it would always, always, always need this form to start the process. This is the same form divided in 4 steps. So it's very important that we keep that in there. And as Michael Ramirez said, yeah, put everything in a block. That's what we probably need to do. And Sandra said, maybe you need to clear the cache. Probably we need to do that in a second. But just for the time being right now, we're going to just wrap up this part, because we have to go with the more interesting steps, which is the discounts, because a lot of people are asking about the discounts, because we have now the holidays approaching. We have a couple of things that people want to have ready. So let's just now save this page, because this is where we're going to have our checkout page. And we're going to go to our main dashboard. So if you don't mind clicking on the little burger on top, the 3 buttons, the 3 lines.
The main?
Correct. We're going to go to the main area. Perfect.
It's gone. It's gone.
Yeah, it is gone. Yes, no worries. So now we have something here. It's on the setting. Well, it's not in the settings. It's actually on the orders. You have to click on the orders, because as I mentioned, and if you don't, let me see something here. It's actually, yes, on products. Click on, not orders, but products, I'm sorry. In the product section, you're gonna have my products, categories, and discounts. This is what we're gonna do right now. So we learn how to add a discount to our store. Now, depending, again, in what business you're in, if you're selling products, if you're selling print on demand, if you're selling drop shipping products, it's completely up to you to verify that even though you're gonna put a discount, it's still profitable for you. Because I had early on, we had a customer with a very successful card, and he made a little mistake in one of his items, and he was selling the item at 90% discount. So when he's noticed that he had a ton of orders for that specific product, but he wasn't really making a lot of money because of the actual discount that he offered. So he was actually losing money. So we have to watch out when we do this, guys. It's very important that we're very careful, because a discount will give you a great chance to generate more sales and generate what you need, but they need to be treated very, very cautiously. So for the next 20 minutes, let's pay a lot of attention in how to deal with the discounts. So now, Darcy, you're going to click where it says discounts right there.
Mm-hmm.
And the process is very simple. But as I said, this is the area on the website that I believe is one of the most important ones, because that's where you use your ability to offer a discount to your customers. So you have to make sure you do it properly. And you're about to done it. So let's just go ahead and just press the add new coupon. So what is going to happen, and guys, what Darcy's working on, she's going to create a new discount. And the discount has 3 different steps. And even before you can actually save it, you have to complete the 3 steps. Is the information of the coupon.
Hang on. Flash is trying to remind me that they're yeah, a little flash pop-up that Flash expires at the end of December popped up, and it closed my screen. Okay. Am I still there? Okay. You guys still see my screen?
Yes. We see. And I believe David, I think he went to sleep. He's not online at the moment. So I guess he had to go somewhere. And I know that, he's actually here. He's back.
What? I'm just answering the comments. I don't know what you're talking about.
You're lying. You were eating. You just chewed
No, I'm not. I don't eat.
Robots don't eat.
I don't eat.
Yeah, that's true. If you don't sleep, you don't have to eat. Sorry for the distraction, guys, but it's just I didn't see David. And I was like, is he sleeping? Is he playing hide and seek? Is he fall asleep? All right. Well, you're here. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. So let's keep going. So now the discount details. Remember, we can generate that discount code for you, or if you have some sort of promotion, you can actually type it. And that is exactly the first part of the process. Make sure that the information on your discount is easily brandable for you and is easy to remember for your customers. So let's say in your hypothetical case, Darcy, we're going to actually just name the first discount. Let's just name it
Black Friday discount?
Black Friday discount. We can call it Black Friday, or we can call it whatever it is. We can just, the world is your oyster. You can just do whatever you want in here. So now the description, you can have the same situation. Perfect. Now the code. Here is what it gets interesting. You see that button that says generate? You can click that button and it will generate the code automatically. So go ahead. Or you can actually have a word combined with a number, or whatever situation it might be, you can actually just add it there. So you can add, you're gonna add BF, SOFF, and maybe 2020. Perfect. So let's say that's your code. Just hypothetically, that is your code. So now you don't have to push generate, because if you push generate, it's going to change it. So now we're going to leave with that code, and let's just go to the next step, which is conditions.
Should I save first?
Yeah, not really, because if you save, it will have to edit. So you have to complete the 3 steps. Don't worry. That's actually why we're doing it with you, because you're learning the steps. So you see, an action is required for this code. So you need to make sure that before you even save, the system will tell you, hey, slow down. You got to put the conditions of your actual discount. So let's just click on this, on conditions. And that is exactly where you put all the rest of the conditions. And what are the conditions of the discount? How much you're willing to give to your customer, how many times you want your customer to use this discount, how long you want this discount to work on. So those are the important things that we need to resolve here. So, and also here is an important part, guys. Groovekart allows you to personalize to a single customer and a specific discount. Just like we did during the Groovathon, we personalize certain discounts by we created the codes and we send it to a specific email. And only that person, that person is the only one that actually can redeem that coupon with that specific email. And yes, Facebook user, I just got a little bit distracted with your code, and I'm going to tell you why. You cannot save the information without inserting the conditions. Correct. Because the logic within any kind of process is, in order to get something as a result, you need to input the variable. So especially in discounts, you need to make sure that before you create the actual discount, I should say the system, better know what are you going to give out, how long, for how many people. And that is exactly why the condition exists. So in this case, let's say that this coupon will work from November 12th until December 12th, let's say for 30 days.
Oh, and it looks like it's defaulted to that.
And can you click in there?
Yeah, it's already on the 12th. You said December 12th.
Yeah. I think, yes, it's defaulted to 30 days. That's what kind of came to my mind. But now, since we have the dates, let's just say if you want in minimum amount, which is the very next block on that question, if you have a minimum amount to get that discount. Generally, is not necessary to have a minimum order, but let's say, oh, you get 10% off if you spend 200, or you get. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I just had a quick question back on this part. Is this to our local time zone that I don't think we've set? Like I'm in Pacific time, or is this figuring on
the server
Florida?
time? Actually, the server time.
Is the server Green Mountain time or Florida, the Eastern time?
No, actually, I think the servers are somewhere in California, if I'm correct. I am not 100% sure, but they're international servers, some of them. So I believe the Groovekart might be internationally. That's why it looks weird on the numbers. But the time at some point, guys, is irrelevant. Let's just focus on the date. No, it's okay. Hey,
yeah, because like if you're wanting it just for Black Friday, then
exactly, you want to make sure that it's exact. Exactly. So, but you can use that as a reference. Here, right now, it's saying to 18 hours, so I think it's 6 p.m. So let's just make sure that you send it to end this at the same time. Now, as I was mentioning, minimum amounts. If you want the minimum amounts, you can leave it at 0. That means no matter how much the customer spend, they're gonna get X amount of discount. And how many are available? Usually, we can have 1 or 100 or 1,000. This is an important decision because it's up to you how many coupons you want to have. So let's say in this case, you want to have 100 people to take advantage of this. And every time one person comes into your store, purchase something and put that discount code, of course, the number of coupons available are going to diminish. So, but you know that there's 100. So total available for each customer, you want to have only 1. You don't want to give them various codes because this is another area where a lot of people, unfortunately, get confused. Of course, I want to have it available for my customers, but how many? Just one code is more than enough if you're doing a good offer. Pardon me. Now, another restriction is products. There are products that you want to have more discounts or not. So you see where it says product selection? And this was actually something new that we created, or what actually the devs actually created. If you click on that box, what it will happen, it would allow you to select the products that you want that discount to work specifically. So this is great because people will, let's say that you have your own product and you have an overstock of stuff. Let's say you have Since I'm looking at your camera, you have this beautiful print canvas of roses, and you have 200 of those. You can select that specific product, and the coupon only will work with that specific product. So this is great when you're doing very targeted promotions with one of your lists. Let's say you discover that your customers love the canvas prints, so therefore you're going to just do a canvas print for that specific product, so you can select that. Where do we do that? In the product selection area in the second tab. So we're not going to just do just a specific product, so let's just uncheck that. And now let's go to the third part of the final actions. So let's just go to the actions on top. Perfect. And here is where everything comes to a to a closure. The discount, you're gonna set, is it a percentage or is it an amount? And this is another part that is important, guys. We need to make sure that whatever offer we do is within the range that we're going to just be able to absorb that within the actual business. We don't want to give 100% or 300 discount because it might not be the right thing to do. So let's say, just in this case, hypothetically, we're going to give 20% discount or 15% discount. So we activate the percentage, and then we put the value. Oh, and I think we have another visitor. You see, Darcy, you were asking for it, and hey!
Hi there.
How are you, Donna?
Hi, Donna.
I'm doing well. Hi, Darcy. I just wanted to pop in and say hello. I'm writing some copy over here and trying to keep my head down and focused. But as the sun started to set, I realized what time it was and wanted to hop in to say hi to all of our Groovekart friends. Hi, everyone.
Welcome back to Vegas.
Oh, thank you. So glad to be back.
Yeah, we were actually talking earlier with Donna, and we really miss you around here. So glad to have you here for a couple of minutes.
I wore a purple wig in your honor last week.
Yes, you should see that. And it was Darcy's birthday as well last Thursday, and she wore a pink.
I miss all the fun.
Yeah, you did. She was looking for you because she was having a big blast at the Bellagio. I think was it the Bellagio?
I barely had time to breathe last Thursday. I was home for one day to take all my clothes out of my suitcase and put new clothes back in. So it was one of those days.
Mike Folsame popped in from the air. He was on flight to San Diego.
Oh, how awesome.
Great. So Donna,
I didn't mean to disrupt or derail the train. I just wanted to say hi. See you.
No, it's okay. Hey, you can interrupt anytime. Anytime you can just pop. I mean, if David can interrupt, why not you? It's
well,
okay.
That's true. Good point.
So glad to have you for a couple of minutes, and I know you're so busy. So if you mind to pop up anytime, just do it, please. It's always fun to have you.
I want to say real quick, I did meet a gallery owner locally I already knew him, but I saw him on Tuesday, and I mentioned Donna Fox, and I was showing him I went to the donnafox.groovekart.com, and I was like, oh, okay. he thinks he knows you.
Oh, that's awesome. How fun. Thank you.
Hey, you might be featuring a gallery soon, Donna. Isn't that exciting?
Exciting. It's very exciting. Darcy, we need to get together. I know that I would love to hang out and have a drink with you, but I am self-quarantining for 2 weeks after all that travel I've been doing. So maybe after the holidays, we'll get together.
Sounds good.
At least after the Thanksgiving one.
Cool. All right, so guys, let's continue and let's finish the discount details so we can actually just wrap up this portion as well. So bye, Donna. Have a great day. All right, so sorry for the interruption, guys. It's always it's always fun to have Donna around. She is one of I would say definitely one of my inspirations to work in e-commerce. She's a master of marketing, and she's been doing this for a year, along with Mike Folsame. So it's always glad to have her here. Now, let's just complete the discount process. So we have the percentage now. We determine the value. So again, as I mentioned, always make sure that you determine the good value. You don't want to give too much. You don't want to just sound like Scrooge either. So you want to make something reasonable. So maybe 5%, 7%, 10% even. So then, you see, you just put it in 10%.
I think it's around like 5 because I had the 5 off is what I put.
It's okay.
because 10%
Now,
are going to charity, so gotta still
exactly.
profit
We
in.
have to make sure that the charity makes money, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So now, another question that it's important, guys, is are you willing to offer free shipping with this option if the people that are using this coupon code are going to get free shipping? So it's completely up to you guys. And the way that you activate that is in that little dial on top where it says offer free shipping. You can turn that on, and that means that whoever uses that coupon will get also free shipping. Again, it will be completely dependent on your bandwidth to actually offer free shipping. So always think that if you don't want to offer free shipping, just shut that down and just turn it off. So you can do that as well. So now you have the value of the discount is 5%. You're offering free shipping, and it's saying applying the discount to an order without shipping, a specific product, the cheapest product, or select products. We're going to just leave it to the order level. And this is in the third step. We can also just check for specific products or the cheapest product or the selected products. So here you can also check which product you want. But in this case, let's just give it to the whole order. So now let's just go on top and try to click save.
There's no save at the top. So
Actually, I'm sorry, in the bottom. Yes, sorry.
Just a quick question with the selected products. Okay, you must have selected some products before. So if you're using this fourth option, then that's where under the conditions where you'd have already selected that. Okay.
Yes. So did you click save? Let's see what it says. Right now it's saving the coupon. Yep, it's saving right now the discount. And what will happen now is you will have a list of any and every single coupon that you have created. Oh, this card rule code is already used. Complete with card rule number 1.
Save twice when it was still.
Oh, okay. So let's just click on discounts to see if it saved it already. So let's just verify that. I just click discounts.
Over here?
Right under category, yes. Because if it's saved, it will be listed there, right in there. You see there, that's probably why. When you click it twice, it will give you the error because it's telling you already have a coupon like this, so why are you trying to do another one? That's what that message said. But guys, that is how you actually create a coupon. And again, you can actually always come back to this recording and follow the steps. Now, the last portion for today is the email sequence for your abandoned cards. So now let's just stop here for a second. David, do we have any questions that haven't been unresolved if you're still around?
There is one here that from Miles. Total available for each user. Does that mean each user can only use that coupon once, never use it again? Each customer can only use the code at a time if multiple codes are available.
Yes, the total available for each user, that means one user can use that coupon. And Darcy, do you mind if we go back for a second to discount? Let's just edit that coupon. Let's just go to actions.
Hang on just a second. This flash thing is popping up again. Pervasive. Okay. So
let's just click edit. Yes. Now we're going to take a look at so we can actually address that question. Because the total available for each customer, which is in conditions, and as a matter of fact, that's a great question, Miles. It's very important because you see the total available and the total available for each user, that's where people get confused a lot. The total available is the number of discounts that you have available. So it's just like tickets for a raffle. You have 300,000 tickets, you have 300,000 tickets. In this case, you want to minimize the opportunity to maximize your revenues because you want to make sure this coupon is only available to X amount of people. Now, the total available for each user is one time. So that means that single code can be used only one time for that customer. No matter who it is, it's actually one time. If, let's say, you have number 2 or number 3 in the total available for each user, that code can be used 2 or 3 times per user. So that's what it's all about. So in this case, is one total available of coupons for one user. Now, for example, if you have the number 2 and myself or anybody else go into the site and do 2 purchases, guess what? Now you use 2 coupons. So you no longer have 99 coupons, you only have 98. That's also why we limit the amount of coupons to 1. So, and I hope, Miles, that can resolve your question. And if so, let's just move along. And let's just go back to now our orders. Thank you. And let's just go to abandoned carts. Because here is the list of the abandoned carts. And what is an abandoned cart? And I think in order for us to understand the process of saving a customer, we need to understand the process of the abandoned carts. And I'm going to ask a question to the audience because I haven't really asked a question in a long time. Have you guys bought anything in Amazon or in eBay or in any other website that you're actually doing the order and unfortunately your phone rang and you didn't complete the order and you accidentally closed the browser? What happened? Darcy, you're nodding, so what happened?
You get emails, you get emails either an hour later or the next day. Your
Correct.
item's still in your cart. Complete your purchase now.
Exactly. And this, you have the ability to do the same thing pretty much with different times or even the same amount of times, but you have the ability. So here is one of the sequences you're looking at the screen that come pre-defaulted in the actual Groovekart. Now we have, these are the templates. This is the detail, the first email, no discount, recommended after 1 hour, which is the first step. This email is going to tell you, hey, Darcy, you forgot to actually click to purchase now. It will have a list of your products, but it's just a reminder. Now, the second email will say, hey, now we have a coupon code. Now, instead of saying, hey, Darcy, you forgot to actually just purchase this, how about if you purchase it, but you do it with a code? You do it with a 5% coupon. And then the third step will be another coupon with a little bit more of a discount. So let's say you want to jump from maybe from 5% to 7%, or maybe from 5 to 10%. Again, within your boundaries. Don't go crazy on the discounts, because that's another area that a lot of people are saying that, oh, we just have a coupon and it just blew up, but we are having problems now with the demand. So we got to make sure that we are within our abilities as business owner to control the coupon codes. Now, let's just get to it. And how do we edit all this information? And the way that we edit this information in the email templates is by going to the sequences. You see where it says sequences right there on top, Darcy? Let's just click there. So, and I think it was just what I just mentioned, but I had this program blocking my view. So let's just now click. You see here the delay. It says it reminder type, non-discount, discount, and discount. The first column is the template. The second column is the type of reminder. Then the discount value. The first one doesn't have any value because we said we're not going to offer discounts on the first interaction. That doesn't mean that you cannot do it. I mean, if you believe that the customer has spent X amount of time in the website and you want to reward them just to visit them, so like, hey, let's just start the sequence with maybe a 2 or 3 or 4%. So it's completely up to you. But now let's just go to the message. Let's just click actions and let's just click edit. Because I want to just make sure that we understand this part. So right here, you have the template. So we're going to leave it in the same template, but we're going to just vary it a little bit. So you see it says display 0 days and 10 hours after. We're not going to say send this one in 10 hours. We're going to send it in 2 hours. So let's just change that to the 2 hours.
Sorry, this first one?
Yeah, I think the first one, yeah. Select the template is the first one because it's just the reminder. So we're going to just do it in 2 hours instead of 10 hours. So we're going to do it 2 hours. Right after the people closed the browser, boom. Now, here's the important part. Before you done it and just click save, you forgot one step. You have to enable it. You have to make sure that it's enabled so it will trigger the sequence. So let's just click save. And you see now the difference. Before, when we edited, they all had the X's. That means it's not going to be triggered. It's not going to send the messages. Now it's enabled and ready to go. Now, you can enable the other two if you want, just by going to actions, or even if you click on that X, it's going to actually enable it. Can you click on the X? Or actually, no, not in this one. I'm sorry, because this actually requires that you actually enable it manually, because you have to make sure that you do the sequence on the delay. So let's just click actions again and click edit. You can delete the action, by the way. You can, if you don't want the 3 emails, you can only make it 2 or 1, or you can add more sequences. Same thing here. Let's just do the second. Let's pick the second one, correct? And here is actually the discount. So you see, you have the 5% discount, the minimum amount if you want to add in that discount if needed. So if there's no minimum amount, you just don't put it there. The validation code is 2 days. So here is the important part. When you're sending a discount via email, you want to give them time to actually just look at the email, look at everything. So usually 2 days is good, but 3 to 5 days will be grand, because then it will allow you to have enough time to send the other reminder. So let's just change that to a 3. And let's just keep the no free shipping. And now let's just enable the status again. So we have to enable it to make sure that 1 day after the last email was sent, we actually send this one. So it's 1 day and 12 hours. And let's just click save.
I have a quick question. For the coupon validity, are you able to do a partial, like valid for 3.5 days, or?
No, it will be whole numbers. It will be
Whole
3
number.
days or 4 days. Yeah, because those are the days that they're valid. That's why I say that for that coupon validity, you want to give them some time, because when you do it only 24 hours, maybe they might want to do it and they forget. But when they go back and maybe 48 hours later and they see, hey, this coupon still work, now I'm going to do it, then it's actually just a little bit different. It kind of just changes the interaction. So let's just click save. And now we have 2 active. But now, because it's right now almost 7:30, let's just do something. The last one, we're not going to use it, because I want to show you something, guys, that is pretty interesting. Now we know how to set it up. But hey, let me see the message. What kind of message am I sending? So let's just click in abandon in the abandon carts, so I can show you where everything is. Abandon carts, this is the list where all your abandoned carts will come to. So everything will go here, and you will see all the list of members that actually jump in, and you have the list. And now let's just go to converted carts. Converted carts means the people that actually follow your sequence and made the purchase. So all that data, you can grab it from here. Now, since I just wanted to show you the 4 steps, but let's just go back to the first one, to the email templates. Right in there, perfect. Now let's just click actions. And let's click edit.
On the first one or the last one?
I'm sorry, no, that's one, but no, I'm sorry, not there. In the actual line where the reference order detail, right there. Actually, in the first one, Darcy, if you don't mind.
Okay.
No, not there.
Okay.
In the number 1, you see the number 1 right there? It says reorder details. That link right there. That link. There you go. That's where you edit the actual content of your email. Click in there.
I clicked. It's not doing anything.
It's not opening?
No. Like just clicking on it, it's not doing anything.
All right, so let's just go to the action. But I thought that was quick. Let's just click the actions and then click edit.
Okay.
Perfect. Yeah, we have to check that out, because I wanted to test if it opens directly in that link. So now here is the editor. And as you can see on top, and this might require a little bit of, let's say, tweaking from your part, because you need to tweak the message. So you see here, for example, is hi first name, and these are the variables, because you can use, depending on the order that people left on that card, you can use the name, their last name, their city, whatever it is that you can use, and you have the ability to add that from the variants. So, hi, first name, you did not complete your order. Limited quantities left. And then you can add a little bit message. You can type that yourself. Then you can actually just modify the actual message. You can add more stuff. You can add more links. You can add your phone number, your message. Anything that you want to add into this form, you can add. And that is the great way to actually convey a message, especially in a charity situation. Because here, let's say you did not complete your order. We appreciate if you do. Remember, this helps this organization. Please be kind and complete your order. But also here, you want to have an extra link to a donation, or an extra link to somewhere that people can actually read about your story, your organization, what you're all about. And this applies to every single business. Let's say I work with clothing. Same thing. I want to make sure that they know about my business, so I can include in this email my links for my Facebook page, for my Twitter account, for my Instagram account. So use the resources. And by the way, from next week on, I am going to be creating a series of videos where we detail all these processes. And I'm going to be working with very specific cases that I've been gathered for the past year and a half when Groovekart first came about, in why this is important to have this active and how we can effectively do it. I've been working with content writers. I've been working with the developers. So we're going to have more in-depth. It's going to be called GK60, or we're still defining the name. But we're going to have way more content because I know you guys want to have the very specific information. So you're going to have it really soon. So this is where you guys can edit the message for that person. Now, let's just save, since we don't want to edit a lot of information there, but you can do it anyways. Just make sure that on top you see the variants that you have, and you can use them in your body of the message. And the cart items is what you see there. That's the example. And you see there where it says cart template 1. You don't necessarily have to show your visitors exactly that same one. So you can actually just click on the cart template 2, for example, or cart template 3. It will change the way that the card will show. So you can make sure that you pick the one that you believe fits your message, it fits your business. So we have several options there for you guys to pick. So that's one of the great advantages now that we have the ability to do that. Now, let's just go back there. Let's just click Save, and let's just change that, for example. Let's just click Save at the bottom. And now you guys know where to change your templates. You go to Email Templates, and you click on Actions, and then you click Edit. And you can, again, edit those 3 sequences without any problem. And will we need any more than 3, 4 sequences? Maybe, but the 3 basic ones is the one that you actually want to work with. Now, guys, the last part of tonight, I believe it was, we actually covered the discount, we covered the codes, we actually covered the abandoned carts. Now, let's just do a little bit of QA. Now, Darcy, everything okay? Did we get everything on the coupons, and did we get anything? You have any questions?
I have a question, because several of the items that I plan to be putting into my store there's limited quantity. I may only have 1 or 2 remaining. I want to have them in there, but if somebody has it in an abandoned cart, it's not holding that. It's not holding it until it's sold.
Correct. No, it's not holding.
Is there any email sequence of, sorry, this is no longer available, but we now have this available?
That's actually something that you can create, but it's not really in the abandoned carts. Okay. It's actually on your email sequences. Okay. And let me show you really quickly what that is. If you go to Settings, and you see where it says Mail Templates, you can do exactly the same thing here with your email templates. You can actually edit the templates as you need, because you see, the email templates, what it does, it gives you a full list of the stuff that you're going to need to contact your customer. You see, you have the first contact, the guest to customer, information about tracking, change orders. So you can customize any of those emails to let know your customer, hey, you know what? Sorry, we actually don't have this product, but we have this one. and you can manipulate the variables. So you can effectively do that without having to do a lot of work, So, but it is available to do that. You can actually do that from there.
Okay. And I can't remember if it was a comment in this one or somebody had asked in David's Q&A this morning about order tracking. So there is an order tracking.
Yes, it's another thing in template. And remember, depending on how you actually track your packages, because here's the thing, guys. When you work with drop shipping, depending on the manufacturer, they will send you via email or maybe directly in the app the tracking number. Or maybe if you're doing in print on demand, let's say you work with Printful. Printful, right after they send the order, they'll send you an email. So you have to copy paste and copy it into the order of the customer and then send the email within our system. So you don't have to send an email or type it up. Within that form, you can actually just send that number to the customer. So, and by the way, part of the good news that I had for today was that soon we're going to have inventory control. So you're going to be able to add your stock into Groovekart. So you can say, okay, I have this many available or this have in reserve. So we're going to have that very soon. It was announced recently by our developers that they're working really hard on that. So that is going to be good news. So now let's just now go into the Q&A part of the night, since it's 7:32 and I kind of just run over a couple of minutes. But as Michael said, that's great news, John. Yes, Michael, we're going to have more content for you guys. I know that you will love to master Groovekart as soon as possible. So we're working really hard to make that a possibility. Now, Cara da Silva has a question. Can we create multiple email messages and have them rotate? So if there's a regular visitor and then leave items in their cart, the reminder email could potentially be different? Yes, you can actually just change the messages, but unfortunately, it will work within that structure that I just showed you about. It will be the 3 messages, but you can vary the message as you can see fit for your own business. So that's the important part. Make sure that you accommodate. And I believe that this is something that I see more into the artificial intelligence, because I see that when you mention the word rotation means like if any specific customer wants a specific product, let's send this a specific message. So we don't have that yet, but with what we have, we know that generally when we have a customer that it doesn't complete the process, we can trigger this. But maybe in the future, we're going to take a closer look to make sure that they actually do that. We can actually go to that AI kind of experience, because that requires a little bit of artificial intelligence. Miles does have a comment, last question, I believe. What happens if there's an abandoned cart, then you run out of stock? Then the customer who received the email comes back to the order, but now you're out of stock. This is a great question, because this is exactly what Darcy just said. Now we're going to have inventory control. So then you can determine. Now let's say a customer comes back and said, oh, I ordered it, but it's not in stock. Right now in Groovekart, if it's not in stock, people cannot order it. I mean, you can actually order it, I'm sorry. But with the inventory control, you're going to be able to control that. You're going to be able to say, we have 3, 2, 1 of these, or we have none. So if that happens, it's up to the business owner to say, okay, what do I want to do? What I would do is send a message. Hey, Mr. Visitor, I know you had a card. I know you tried to purchase this product, but we have this instead. Would that be okay? And engage with your customers. Remember, having an e-commerce store is just like having a regular store, but the difference is that the interaction is a little bit different. So you do it via email, or maybe over the phone. If they fill out the form or they contact you, hey, I tried to order this, but it's out of stock. Unfortunately, that sometimes happens, especially when you send a message like that, unfortunately, with the sequence. If that happens to be the case, just engage with your customer and try to see if you can, still make a sale.
Yeah, on that note, just looking at what the default messaging is here is, is part of why I was asking about for the things where I know only have 1 or 2 items of, that I may word this differently, because we don't have a capability of like product specific abandon a cart messaging, correct? Just generalized. Did I lose? Oh, I lost audio. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
So
okay.
Miles followed that question and says, but what does the system say to the customer? What does the customer see? Does it show out of stock, or will the system will sell anyways? Yes, Miles, the system might probably take that order. because as I mentioned, depending on how you have set up your store, because you have three ways to do it. You have your own products that you know you have the stock. And with, for example, with drop shipping, usually they do have the stock at all times. And with print on demand, you don't have that worry, because on print on demand, you order, they will for sure get it. Because unless, of course, there's cases that we just run with Groove Gear. One of the t-shirts that we design, unfortunately, they don't have that design anymore. So we have to contact the customer and say, hey, we don't have this design. But as I said, the system will sell it anyways. And depending on the case, depending on what the product is. And coming back to the example, let's say you have your own product. Let's say you sell pottery. Let's say you sell mugs. And in the website, this mug is no longer available. But somebody called in and ordered one. So if you have to make the mug, you can contact the customer and say, hey, let me have it done for you. We took the order. It will take a couple of extra days. If it's a drop shipping company that is sending the actual mug, it will say, yes, it will take a little longer to get it. So yes, the default message will say, yes, it will take the order. But it's in the event that it's out of stock, then it's up to the store owner to just manipulate that information and make sure that the customer get the message. Like, hey, we sell something that unfortunately was not out of stock, or it became out of stock when you decided to purchase it, and try to just make the sell for other products. Awesome. I think Miles is clear. Now, guys, it's 7:38, it's 7:40. So if you have another question, David, do we have any other question that might haven't been answered since you're in the shadow there? I don't see your face.
All
Everything
good.
is covered?
Everything was covered. Yep.
Yeah, and you know what, man? You got to stop poaching my trainings, man. Just thanks so much for doing this training, David. Well, what's that all about?
You are very welcome, Gina. It was my pleasure. Well, it's I'm the trainings guy, and then you jump in and you take the fame away. That's just not how it goes.
You know what I'm gonna do tomorrow morning? I'm gonna jump in one of your sessions to see what's up. I'm just gonna crush the party.
Come on Sunday. We have a very, very good session on Sunday. I'm probably
Yeah, I
laying
heard
in my
that.
bed, so you can join
I
in.
heard that. Yeah. Hey, I'm here 24/7 too, so it's okay. So, guys, as always, it's been a pleasure. David, I'm glad you're on camera. Gina, it's okay. I forgive you. It's okay. David's part of the family.
John,
And of course, yes, Darcy.
do you want to redo any reminder for the season 4? Or did they have to rewatch last week and know what we're talking about?
I know what you're talking about, and why David is quiet, because we have to check on the actual submissions for the essays.
Okay.
So we have to talk to Donna about it, because she's the one getting those emails, and maybe she hasn't.
Has the deadline passed? I don't remember.
No, actually, it's until tomorrow afternoon, I believe. I said it will be right after tonight, so we're giving them because, again, we wanted to make sure that the people that didn't see us live, they have a chance to redo it for this week. So
John, just mention one more time for the people that were not watching last week. What is this? What to do and why to do it?
Perfect. Let me just bring back my presentation from last week, and I'm going to show that slide, because that is actually awesome information. Give me just 1 second. And I'm sorry if in the camera I'm looking up, because it's just I have my monitor set up in a way that one is actually higher than the other, and it was killing my neck, but I had to do it that way. All right, so let's just do this. Let me just share my screen really quickly. And so, guys, I think, okay, perfect. So, guys, last week we actually talked about something called the essay challenge. Why? Because just as Darcy had the opportunity to work with us for 8 weeks, somebody that is looking at this live presentation might have the chance to do it in the next session. So in order for you to participate, you need to do 3 things. Actually, one is create an essay, 500 words or less, and tell us why we should choose you for the next challenge. Why, as a customer, you need us or you want us to help you and guide you in working with you one-on-one in creating your store. And then the top 5 submissions will go to the next round, and we will just Donna Fox, David, and myself will pick the winner like we did in the past. Darcy won right after Christine, and Christine won after Donna. So let's see who's going to be our fourth showcase, which will be great to have you around and work. So it's an opportunity for all our customers. So now that we know the deal, let me give you the address where to send it. You have to send it to marketing plus gkc@groovedigital.com. So let me just copy this really quickly and add it here into the comments here, and you can send that to this address right here. So you can send us your essay there. Send it to marketing plus gkc@groovedigital.com. So if you want to participate and you want to take the position that actually Darcy has right there, make sure that you send us an email, okay? So guys, I think that's all for tonight. Thank you very much for being with us tonight. David, again, it was a pleasure to have you here. You know, we haven't seen you in a long time. I know you do a lot. You work with Tom Beal on Tuesdays, which, by the way, you guys kick ass every Tuesday. I mean, gotta give you. I mean, Tom is a great mentor. He's a great person overall, and he brings a lot of value too. And I hope that we do too. I hope that, you know, with what we do, we bring the value that you guys need in order to maximize your potential with Groovekart and use your stores and, you know, just be more productive and get to where you want to get. So guys, with that said, have a great night. We'll see you next Thursday. David, you're the man. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Go get some rest. I know it's later when you are. Darcy, as always, it's a pleasure to have you. It's always great to have your energy, your smile. So that's awesome. Colin, thank you very much. Appreciate the words. We're here because we know you guys want us to be here. So awesome. Sandra, I know I still yet to get in contact with you again. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't have love for you anymore. It's just I've been too busy. And David can attest to that. We're being really busy. And I saw another comment. David, did you see the comment? I know Jim Evans right here. You're hard to get a hold of. I know. I mean, I have my people call your people, Jim. I'm sorry. I promise I'll send you an email tomorrow. Thank you for the reminder, man. I know that we need to talk a couple of things, but that's what we do. I mean, I had one of the departments that in any company requires a lot of attention, which is the customer experience department. And David can attest that we get, I mean, my personal Facebook receives somewhere around 100 to 180 messages a day.
That's it?
Yeah, a day. And if I tell you emails, my inbox kind of explodes every morning. But we're trying to keep up with you guys because that's what we do. We work for you guys. We work to make sure that you get the best product that we can provide. So guys, have a great night. I will see you Thursday. David, thanks again. Darcy, have a great one. And we'll see